In this video, I'm going to detail either how to stay in shape or to lose weight when you come here to live in Thailand. For context, I am an online coach and I've also helped Buzzin Patia with his Fatty to Fitty challenge, which him and his community have been really successful with. I'll be detailing the little things you can do through day-to-day life here in Thailand, which will help you maybe not need another notch on your belt. Weird angle, but let's start with diet, because what you eat is going to have a direct correlation to weight loss or weight gain. Obviously, every morning if you're eating a full English breakfast at Cheap Charlie's, it's not going to be the best thing for weight loss. Now, I'm an advocate for counting calories, but being in Thailand and eating out at restaurants quite frequently, that's just not going to be an option. You're just going to have to estimate. So what I say to everyone, if you're trying to lose weight and you're eating out quite a lot, the best thing you can do is moderate and higher your protein intake. I mean, raise your protein intake. So protein is very satiating, it keeps you fuller for longer, and also Thai food is very much coated in a lot of oils, a lot of sugar, a lot of salts, so you have to be careful on kind of what you're ordering as well. Now, this does not mean you're going to cut out any foods. I'm never an advocate for that. I'm just an advocate for portion control, moderating how much you eat and just making sure that you're not overindulging on the things you shouldn't. Very quick tip you could do if you're having something like a pad kapow, like I have quite often, you could just say, could I have less rice and a little bit more meat? And hopefully they'll do it. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, but it's always worth an ask. Another thing to consider is do not be afraid of carbs. Carbs over the years have been absolutely demonized, and it's been the kind of forefront of, like, if you want weight loss, cut out carbs. You know, the keto diet, there's been so many diets out there revolving around just generally cutting carbs, and then that'll hopefully make you lose weight. In general, it doesn't really matter if you have carbs. Carbs are essentially energy, and it all matters about your total calorie content. In Thailand, there is so many options for carbs. There is rice, there is noodles in every single dish. So it's really hard to avoid, and you shouldn't. It always matters about how much calories you're having, not the specific calories. Now, the next topic I want to talk about is a big one, and that is drink, or well, alcohol. But before we get onto that, I have to just quickly address that there is going to be many people rushing to the comments and saying that this is the weight loss method that will work, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Just know that there is so many different routes to weight loss. You could completely cut out sugar and that might work. You might do the keto diet and that might work. You might cut carbs completely and that might work. There is so many different routes. What I always advocate is something which is sustainable moving forward. This is not meant to be a weight loss guide as such. It's just meant to be, when you're here in Thailand, here's the little things you can do here and there which may help, and obviously along the way during this video, I'm going to educate a little bit on weight loss. So if you're someone who you've lost weight through cutting carbs or so, and then you want to rush to the comments and say that everything's nonsense and you should be cutting out carbs, just know that, don't worry, there is multiple ways you can lose weight. Some just are more sustainable than others. So anyway, let's talk about alcohol. And also, people do get confused with micronutrients and macronutrients. A lot of people are under the misconception that you need to eat healthy to lose weight, which is absolutely incorrect. You could lose weight through eating pizza every single day if you wanted, as long as you portion controlled and you was in a calorie deficit. Obviously, it's not the route that I would ever recommend anyone do, but it's just an example. So before you say, oh, you need to be eating healthy, you need to have loads of veg and fruit in your diet to be losing weight, it's not the case. You will be healthier and better off by doing it, but if your barrier to weight loss is the fact that you don't like healthy food, you don't like fruit or veg or anything like that, don't worry, you can still achieve weight loss. But anyway, let's talk about the favorite subject, alcohol. Now, it's going to come as no surprise that many of you coming out here to live here or just for a holiday, you're going to be indulging in some form of alcohol at some point. If you're one of those people, a lot of people resort to the beer because the beer is very, very cheap here, especially in Pattaya. You may be paying between like 60 and 80 baht for a bottle of beer. Or like I say, if you're one of those which you're going to go out and have some drinks, there is some swaps that you could do which could probably help. I gave this advice to Buzzin Patia and he's made a lot of progress with this. So rather than having a beer, if you swap that to something like a vodka and a diet drink or a vodka soda water, for example, this will over time be so helpful in not putting on a few pounds here and there. Now, if you're going to be someone who's like day drinking quite a lot, probably going to be unavoidable that these calories are going to start piling on. But if you're out and about having a few beers here and there, maybe at the weekend you have that one blowout day where you just go all out, if you were to swap your beers for vodka soda waters, over time this will really help in terms of weight loss or maintaining your physique. So let's talk about physical activity. And I don't mean that when you come to Thailand, right, let's get straight into a gym, let's start going for jogs and everything. It's not what you need to do. There are certain things you can do within day-to-day life here in Thailand to help you with your physical activity without really doing too much. A big factor of this is increasing the amount that you walk. So even if it's for half an hour a day, just get out and just do some walking along the beach or so. Now, weather might play a huge part in this, as you can see as it glistens off my shiny egg. Let me just turn the brightness down here. If it is really hot, then probably you're not going to want to go for a walk. You might either get burnt or just feel absolutely dreadful after half an hour of walking in the heat. So you can be tactical about this. Rather than taking a BART bus or so in the evening after sunset, when the sun's calmed down a little bit, you could just go for a 30-minute walk rather than getting that BART bus. And over time, you'll be burning off 100 to 200 calories here and there, and over a week span, you'll probably be adding up to quite a lot. So you don't need to do a lot of physical activity to be inducing weight loss. You just have to be kind of consistent and always do a little bit here and there where you can. Now, if you currently live in Thailand, you know what I'm about to say in terms of keeping cool on days out. If you see a 7-Eleven, just know that that will always be well air conditioned. So if you need to escape on your 30-minute walk for a little bit of cool, fresh air, find a 7-Eleven and just go look at the milkshakes for a while. Now, a special hack you can do to burn a lot of calories very quickly, get a gel, right, and you come back to your hotel room and then now let's talk about hydration. Not only is it good out here because obviously it's going to be hot, you're going to be sweating a lot, you need to hydrate yourself, but you could use it as a tool to bloat yourself. A tactic that some people do is while eating their meal and portion controlling, so you may have a slightly smaller meal than normal, you have quite a lot of water with that meal and you drink that throughout, and that may bloat you a little bit and give off the illusion that you're more full than you actually are. By the time you've stopped eating, that food has gone down and then you're no longer hungry. But remember, if you're sweating quite a lot, you do need to drink quite a lot of water anyway. If you just drink water, then most likely you're just going to be peeing a lot. What you have to do is refresh your electrolytes. So this could be in forms of a sports drink. I tend to go for a Pocari Sweat. Pocari Sweat are found in most 7-Elevens. They're about 30 baht and they are purely designed for rehydrating your electrolytes. And that, paired with hydrating a lot with water, will make sure that you are fully hydrated. Now, another tip is using pink Himalayan salt with your meals. Obviously, if you're eating at home, this is easier, but try not to use maybe table salt. Try to go for the pink Himalayan salt. It is a little bit better, but this will ensure while you're eating, you are getting those electrolytes topped up. So the next point is obviously not for everyone, but I've got to talk about gym exercise. If you want to go to a gym here, there is an abundance of gyms in Pattaya and just in Thailand in general. Any city you go to will have a lot of gyms. You'll be paying around 1,000 to 2,000 baht per month, but there is also gyms which are outdoors as well, also incorporating a little bit of Muay Thai. But if you want to burn off a few beers from the previous night, then gyms are of course a great option. But I'm going to share with you a hack. Now, this is a hack to get more protein in your meals. If you're someone who you're going to be cooking at home a little bit, what I tend to do is go to Big C and get around about a kilogram of chicken for about 150 baht. And then when I go to 7-Eleven, I grab some kind of ready meals like this, just microwave meals, and just add loads of chicken to it. I'll cook up the chicken in a big pot, so I'll make sure to add some Penang curry sauce. I love this sauce, it is the best. And then I just box it up and just have like a big box of chicken in the fridge. Every time I go to have like one of my ready meals, I'll just add a big handful of chicken in there, and then that boosts the protein and makes the meal taste really nice. Now, when I worked with Buzzin Patia for his Fatty to Fitty challenge, I made this cheat sheet for him and his community to use for when they're trying to make some positive, healthy changes. So obviously feel free to print screen this and use this for yourself. A lot of his community have made awesome progress with weight loss since kind of doing that challenge, so really kudos to all of them. Now, with the tips I've detailed in this video, you should hopefully make some nice progress, and you should hopefully keep yourself from needing another notch on your belt when you come to Thailand or if you currently live here. If you want to take that weight loss a little bit more seriously, then, well, I am an online coach, so you're more than welcome to have a look in the description for all of my contact details. But if you are coming to Thailand and you are going to be venturing out to some of the bars, you need to check out this video here because there's some of the mistakes you really need to avoid when visiting the bars in Thailand.